Paying for something, 1 second. Good, I've paid for something. Right. Nathan, your hair gets more and more like Marge Simpson every week in a fabulous way.
It's true. Thank you.
It grows up, not down, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Good. Roscoe's got to work. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Carol's hiding. Claire always hides, but that's not unfamiliar to me. Oh, Carol's just not available. Oh, Claire's gone.
You must have hurt her feelings.
Oh no. No, she told me she's not going to come on camera. She's not at that time in the morning. Is she coming back?
Fair.
Oh no, Claire and I go way back. She's cool. You know that woman in a field with Prince Harry that we keep hearing about? Have you seen that? Have you seen that on the news? The Prince Harry in his autobiography said that a woman.
I don't read any of that crap.
Well, he said an older woman took his virginity in a field.
Good.
She was 2 years older than he was. Cheeky sod. I was going to say Claire was my older woman. Right. Good. Lovely. Nathan, I'm bored. This boy bores me. I couldn't care less about him or his missus. I'm bored. This boy bores me.
Je suis ennuyeux.
No. That would be I'm boring.
Oh.
I am many things. I'm not boring. I'm bored. Reflexive verb.
Je me sens ennuyé.
Listen to Auntie Lukey. Reflexive verbs. The clues are in the words I'm saying. Reflexive verb. Je m'ennuie.
Je m'ennuie. Je m'ennuie.
Right. What verb is ennuyeux from?
Ennuyé. Ennuyé.
So what's the short form of ennuyé?
Ennui.
Look at me.
Je m'ennuie.
Stop using visual. Start using sound. Look at me. Say to me, manger.
Manger.
You've got to get these cognates down as sounds, because when we use them as sounds with you, you don't want to be in a difficult situation. What's the short form of ennuyer?
Ennui.
Say it to me with twang.
Ennui.
Good. Now say it to me, je m'ennuie.
Je m'ennuie.
Good. Je m'ennuie, on board. Say it to me, that bores me.
Se m'ennuyer.
That bores me.
Ça me fait ennui.
No. That bores me. 3 words.
Ça m'ennuie.
Good. And what was your first choice? Se m'ennuie. Yeah. Ça m'ennuie.
Oh.
Right.
Yeah.
Boring and annoy occupy a similar place in the French psyche. So, for example, if I say you annoy me, the most common phrasal expression, so in other words, the French equivalent of you piss me off is what? What is the French equivalent of you piss me off?
Tu m'énerves.
Pause. Not a bad choice of verb, but be accurate with your tense. Why are we jumping into the infinitive all the time? We've had this from you last week. What's you piss me off? So use that verb, then that's fine. But why are we going into NLV? What would the short form of that?
Tu m'énerves.
I can't hear you.
Tu m'énerves.
No, not m'énerve. M'énerve is like Minerva. Tu m'énerves, yes?
Tu m'énerves.
That's a say me. Tu m'énerves.
Tu m'énerves.
Thank you. Connect with it. Otherwise, I can't hear you. Legit. Okay, good. Tu m'énerves. Great. What's the phrasal expression though? You piss me off. In French, we say you make me shit. Nathan, when one makes someone do something else, what is that grammatically known as when you make someone do something? We've done it. We've all done it. We've done it in this group. The
Causal?
The causative.
Causative, okay.
Which we have done. Save me, Luke makes me work.
Luc me fait travailler. Luc me fait travailler.
Thank you. You need to join your words up more and go all the way from the beginning to the end, because as an individual tick box exercise in picking individual words, if I gave you a pen and paper, you'd be doing really well. Learning rhythmically and melodically, that goes with that. You need to do longer constructions, which is, with all due respect, why you're in the right class. All right. So go for me. Tu me fais chier. Copy me. Tu me fais chier.
Tu me fais chier.
Lovely. Look for the twang people. U versus E versus A. Tu me fais chier. Let me hear it.
Tu me fais chier.
I've just splashed water in my... Make me drink that and another pint in today's lesson. Say, Luke, let's see you drink. So say for me, tu me fais chier.
Tu me fais chier.
That is, you are making me shit. Now that sounds revolting, but you piss me off if you analyse it literally. Isn't particularly rather gorgeous, is it? So could you say for me, you pissed me off? Action.
Tu me faisais chier.
Listen to Auntie Lukey. Action. Action pasts.
Tu m'as fait chier.
Good. Now don't dwell on an auxiliary period. And don't dwell on the causative verb. So never dwell on the faire. Arrête, tu vas te faire tuer. Stop, you're going to get yourself killed. Don't dwell on the faire. Yeah, dwell on the interesting verb. Say for me, you pissed me off. Action.
Tu m'as fait chier.
Good. Now say for me, it's weird that you pissed me off.
C'est bizarre que tu m'as fait chier.
Pause. It's weird that you piss me off, not pissed me off. Present tense.
C'est bizarre que tu fais me chier. Tu me fais chier.
Hello, intermediate group. What comes after a neutral phrase and then a "-cur"?
Yeah, subjunctive.
Off we go. It's weird. Now, if I were a boring man, a cruel man, I'd make you bitches go, ça me fait chier, ça me faisait chier, ça me fera chier, ça me ferait chier. Voilà, il est intéressant que ça me fasse chier avant de me faire chier. Ça m'a fait chier, ça m'avait fait chier, ça m'aura fait chier, ça m'aurait fait chier. Voilà, intéressant que ça m'ait fait chier après m'avoir fait chier. I am that boring and that much of a bastard. So off you go. Top 6, bottom 6. Over to you.
Of fait chier? Or just faire?
Look at me. What was my expression that I've just gone through in 12 different versions? What was it? You do it in all 12. You've just been shown. What do linguists do?
Listen.
What's your first word in 10 out of the 12?
Faire.
What is your first word in 10 out of the 12 sentences I just gave you? Well, the main clause, actually. 10. Ça. Give me the present tense one again. That pisses me off.
Ça me fait chier.
Good boy. Now, nobody needs to get hurt. There doesn't need to be any spillage of blood. Could you please tell me my tense framework? Off you go.
I don't understand tense.
Yes,
framework.
you do. You've done it with me. You've all done it with me. You've all done it with me. You've all done it with me loads. We've done it with je me suis. We've done it with loads. Present was, run through my bitches. Go on. What's the tense frame?
Ça me fait chier. Ça me faisait chier.
Give me the name of my tense structure first. Like, give me the name of what I call my 12 things that I use. What are they? They are
present, was, will, would, subjunctive, infinitive.
Good. That was a reach, but you got the reach, but it was still a reach, which shows we haven't run through this table in a long time. I don't mean the bad is on me. I mean the bad is on you. You've been given it and you haven't run through verbs with it. Good. And what's the bottom line?
It's the same with the
So
auxiliary.
say it then.
Present, was, will, would, subjunctive, infinitive.
What goes on the end?
I'm not sure.
Watch.
The-
Watch. Present was, will, would, subjunctive, infinitive. Present was, will, would, subjunctive, infinitive on the auxiliary. Say it back to me.
Okay. Present was, will, would, subjunctive, infinitive. Present was, will, would, subjunctive, infinitive on the auxiliary.
Good. Quick question. Which expression, we have talked about this in this group, which expression do we use to practice the subjunctive? It doesn't have to be that in life. It could be endless things, couldn't it? What expression do we use to practice the subjunctive with? What did I just use to practice the subjunctive with when I just ran through that thing twice?
Après que.
No. Il est intéressant que. Repeat.
Il est intéressé que.
Listen. Il est intéressant que. Repeat.
Il est intéressant que.
Good. Why does that create the subjunctive?
Because it's an opinion.
Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. I think you're lovely is an opinion. I think Claire is available at an hourly rate. They're opinions. They're not subjunctive. I think that.
The shift in the subject between the two clauses.
No. Repeat me the reasons for the subjunctive, which we've also done in this class. Not putting you on the spot, but we have done in this class. Want, need.
Want, need.
Finish.
Oh, I don't know. I don't remember.
You do. We've done it. We've done it in this class. We've done it since I've worked with you. Want,
okay,
need,
I don't
doubt, fear. Toddler arms, put them down. Want, need, doubt, fear, impersonal, emotional. Back at me.
Want, need, doubt, fear, impersonal, emotional.
Good lad. Want, self-explanatory. Need, self-explanatory. Doubt, self-explanatory. Fear, self-explanatory. Impersonal. An impersonal statement is mostly, not always, subjunctive in the next clause. If it was a super duper serious one, it's certain that, or it's probable that. That's indicative. It's possible that, it's whatever, it's, you know, whatever. Most of the time it's going to be subjunctive. So it is interesting that is going to generate the subjunctive. It's not because it's an opinion. An opinion is a misnomer. Je pense is the main opinion giving verb. You know, that's not subjunctive. All right. It's interesting that this is happening in France. Is an opinion. Do you know what I mean? But you know, it is certain that this is happening in France is an opinion. That's not subjunctive. All right. Good. So in other words, we run through the shit. So let's say we had the videos anybody watching would need for this are called the game videos. Game. So for example, Sam, let's do another verb. So he hears, il entend, il entendait, il entendra, il entendrait. Those first four, they're the only options they can be. They're the only options you can have. Present, was, will, would. There's nothing else. Then when we get to the subjunctive, we need a token practice model to come up with a subjunctive. And obviously there could be endless ones, but for the purposes of our practice, we're going to go with it is interesting that. Then what came after the subjunctive? So want, need, doubt, fear, impersonal. What comes next? Sorry, I'm in the wrong thing. Present, was, will, would, subjunctive. What's the last one?
Infinitive.
Good man. Again, a number of things could give me the infinitive. Je vais le faire. Avant de le faire. Sans le faire. Yeah? Modal verbs. Je peux le faire. Je dois le faire. Je veux le faire. There's numerous constructions that could give me an infinitive. Right now, faire is not particularly testing you. Were I to give you some crazy phrasal verb, like, you know, il se fout de ma gueule, he takes the piss out of me, infinitive would be a bit more of an interesting thing. You know, il se fout de ma gueule, il se foutait de ma gueule, il se foutra de ma gueule, il se foutrait de ma gueule. Il est intéressant qu'il se foute de ma gueule. It's interesting he's taking the piss out of me. Avant de se foutre de ma gueule would become a little bit more interesting. But it could be on he wants to take the piss out of me. Il veut se foutre de ma gueule. How is he going to go on holiday with me without taking the piss out of me? Sans se foutre de ma gueule. There's loads of things that could bring the infinitive, same as there's loads of things that could bring the subjunctive, guys. But you're going to just use on my top line. Tom, any ideas, any memories? Which one do we use on the top line? What do we use to practice the infinitive with on the top line? Any ideas? Avant.
Okay.
Which we have spoken about because we did a video on avant and après, didn't we, together? So avant de plus whatever your infinitive is. So just to get the order straight for me, Tom, could you please just do for me, you, he sells it. Let's say it's a feminine house. So you're going to go present, was, will, would, subjunctive on the back of it is interesting, that, and then avant de whatever. So just do me the top line, Tom, please. So he sells it. Off you go.
Il la vend.
Pause. This is an intermediate group. How do we say he sells?
Il vend.
Pause. Using Lukey's method, vendre, a verb or soft hard verb?
I don't know. Sorry.
Yes, you do. Don't talk bullshit. Good God, you're all such lazy little spazzes. You all just put your arms up in the air and go, help me, Luke. Vendre. Is it an a verb or a soft hard verb? Does it end in an a sound?
No.
Ergo, it is a what kind of a verb?
Soft hard verb.
Gorgeous. Who is soft, who is hard? Let's get the jokes out the way now. Single, soft, plural, hard. A single person in a normal arrangement will be a soft sound at the end. So what is he sells?
Il vend.
Nice. What is he hears? Keep it soft.
Il entend.
Nice. Notice how you're putting interest in the vowel, and that's nice. He sleeps. Keep it soft.
Il dort.
Il dort. He goes out. Keep it soft.
Il sort.
Il sort. Soar is what you would get if you walked for 40 miles, otherwise known as Besançon. Lovely. Now give me the hard. He sleeps. So I apologise. Actually, we'll say they sleep, but we'll come back to that hard with a he in a minute. So they sleep. Il.
Il dort.
So now you need the hard form of the verb. The verb is dormir. You hit the hard. What's the hard? Il dort.
Il dort.
Where do you live?
Paris.
La honte. Fucking shame on you.
I know.
Say for me, dormir. Say for me, dormir.
Dormir.
What's we sleep? Nous.
Nous dormons.
Thank you. So the hard bit is the bit that we bang into in the middle. Yeah, nous dormons. How do we form the was tense? We go up the hard. Dormez, whatever. So what's the hard of, for example, finish? So what's they finish? Il
finit.
Je finis, tu finis, finis, nous finis. What's we finish? Nous.
Nous finissons.
Thank you. So the hard would be ils finissent. Yeah. What's they go out then? Let's use sortir. So what's the hard form? Il
saute.
Thank you. We're finding the hard sound. All right. Sortir, sort. Right. So in a subjunctive, in a normal verb, single, soft, plural, hard. So do for me vendre, je vends, tu vends, work your way down. This is what I do in lesson 1. Lesson 101. This is what I do with absolute beginners, lesson 1. Off you go. Not into bloody media. So say for me, I sell.
Je vends, il vend.
No, work through your 6 list. Je, tu, il.
Je vends.
Stand still. In my normal list, you irregular, north of the wall. It's John, you know nothing, Jon Snow. You're all the wildlings from north of the wall. My God, you've done language. I, you, he. Have you watched a video? I, you, he, we, you, plural all day. So say for me, I sell.
Je vends.
Keep going. Shoot.
Oh, two. I thought you wanted all the tenses. That's why I was
I want in a minute. I want all the bloody people first. Je vends.
Je vends. Tu vends. Il vend.
Nous vendons. Vous vendez. Ils vendent.
Good. But just as personal to my method, keep the previous word going. It'll help you with the muscle memory. Right. Subjunctive then. So what would be, it is interesting that he's selling. What does the subjunctive do on a soft, hard verb? It goes hard for everybody, / E on EA. So off you go. So say for me, it's interesting that he's selling.
C'est intéressant qu'ils vendent.
Le link qu'un il.
Qu'ils vendent.
Good. And what did we agree was the day? I apologise. What did we agree was the infinitive? It was going to be the. Which method are we practicing with?
So, the infinitive? Vendre.
Yes, I know that, Flash. What I
Sorry.
said was there's a method we're going to practice all infinitives with, and I
The
gave it
soft
you.
hard.
What was it?
The soft hard? I don't
No. Claire will have been listening. Claire, what method do we practice the infinitive with?
Avant de.
Avant de.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Yeah. So Tom, so what would be before selling?
Avant de vendre.
So hypothetically, top line, just do for me. He sells it, feminine. He was selling it. He will sell it. He would sell it. It's interesting that he's selling it and before selling. Just do that for me, Tom.
Okay. Ils vont.
It. We're not babies. We need to put the pronoun.
Sorry. Ils la vont.
Can you say it for me in a French accent?
Try. Ils la vont.
Il la vend. Il la vend.
Ils la vont. Il la vendu.
Is Jeremy Beadle hiding in your underwear? Is this a joke? Are you being this shit on purpose? The was tense. You've used it beautifully. You used it last week beautifully. The was tense. The was tense. Good. Stand still. What's we sell present tense?
Nous vendons.
Good man. Nice accent. That is your key to the was tense. In a hurry, take the we and just rip off its bollocks. Another thing that happens in Game of Thrones, and stick on a in its place. So nous vendons, what he was selling. Il
vendait.
Good. If I gave you nous finissons, what he was selling, he was finishing.
Il finit.
Listen to me. I gave you the system. Linguists, listen. Take the nous, rip off the bollocks of the on, and stick on the a. I shall say it for the third time. Take the nous in the present tense, rip off the bollocks of the on, and stick on an a. What is we finish? Nous.
Nous. The nous is nous finissons.
Great. So take off the bollocks of on and stick on the ending of a. What is I was finishing?
I was
finishing.
Je finis.
Say for me, nous finissons before I send round the authorities to check you're okay. Say for me, nous finissons.
Nous finissons.
Take the word you've just said, rip off en from nous finissons, and what do we end up with?
Nous finissez.
Well, yes, I mean, eventually that's where we're going to get to.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not nous. We can't do that with nous. That would be nous finissions.
No,
So say I was finishing.
Sorry. Je finissais.
Right. Listen to me. Here's another one. We drive. Nous conduisons. Could you please say for me, I was driving? Je
conduisais.
You've got it. We leave. Nous partons. Claire and I, we're going to go for a drink and leave you with the shit. Nous partons. Can you please give me I was leaving?
Je partais.
You've got it. Welcome to Lukey's methods. Nous prenons. We take. What I was taking.
Je prenais.
You've got it. Eon and EA on the nous and the vous. All right. But a subjunctive is going to go for hard for everybody. All right. So in other words, so je vends. So let's say she sells it. So elle la vend. No, he sells it. Il la vend. So what he was selling it then? Il la vend.
Il la vendait.
He will sell it.
Elle la vendra.
Smoothly. Il la vendra.
Il la vendra.
Speaking properly is practicing listening. Yeah. He would sell it.
Il la vendra. Il a wanderer.
What is my slogan for the wood tense? A ray of light coming down through the wood. Yeah? A ray of light. Side note, rion, rie. But we're not with the new and the vous. So what's he would sell it? Il la vendrait.
Wanderer.
Good. I strongly recommend you email me and you get the grammar podcast and you learn the no more than 4 method for each of the slogans. Yeah? It's called No More Than 4, the grammar podcast. It is less than 4 minutes, fewer than 4 minutes, but the token time is less than 4 minutes of length per explanation. You need these slogans, boys, the pair of you. Right, so in other words, if I were working through shit, il vendait, il la vendra, il la vendrait, il est intéressant qu'il la vende avant de la vendre. That is how we practice it. Then we'd go to the same route again on the bottom. So Claire, over to you. All of the bottom are now going to contain an auxiliary. They're all going to contain an auxiliary. And your auxiliary is going to run through present tense auxiliary, imperfect tense auxiliary, will tense auxiliary, would tense auxiliary. We're not calling it passé composé, you know, plus que parfait, futur intérieur. We're not doing that. We're just thinking of it as the same order again as Nathan beautifully gave us, but we're just sticking that in the middle. So Claire, so off you go. So could you do me the first one on the bottom line? So we're saying he sold it.
Il le vend.
He sold it. We're on the bottom line now.
Oh, sorry. Il l'est vendu. Il l'est vendu.
What's the middle word going to be, my love? Il.
Ah, sorry. Il l'a vendu.
Great. Change the middle one to a was. He had sold it.
Il l'avait vendu.
That's it. Change the middle one to a will. So the same order we did above, Nathan, but we're just doing it on the auxiliary now. He would give me. He will have sold it. Will, not would. He will have sold it.
Il l'aura vendu.
Well done. Keep it. Ra, not ra. It's not the ere of Spanish. It's il l'aura vendu. Lovely. He would have sold it.
Il l'aurait vendu.
Well done. Now again, we're on to the subjunctive. What was the expression that we used to practice the subjunctive with?
It's interesting.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. And
Il est
il est intéressant qu'il. What's the word in the middle now going to become if it's subjunctive?
A.
That's it. So certainly with the it in there, it's interesting that he sold it.
Il est intéressant qu'il l'ait vendu.
That's it. Interessant, guys. Ah, lovely.
Intéressant.
And what do you think we're going to practice the infinitive with on the bottom? Now, that means infinitive auxiliary. That means I'm going to need to hear avoir and être in full with the past participle. What do we practice on the bottom, Claire? If we practiced before on the top, what are we going to practice on the bottom?
Après.
That's good. So what would be after selling it? Après la.
Après les ventes.
We're on the infinitive model. We're on the infinitive auxiliary model. So après la.
L'avoir.
And then the past participle will be, because you'll notice, guys, on the bottom line, all 6 have the same past participle. So il l'a vendu, il l'avait vendu, il l'aura vendu, il l'aurait vendu. Il est intéressant qu'il l'ait vendu après l'avoir vendu. That's it. Let's go around again. Let's pick another thing. So top 6, bottom 6. This is how we get phrasal verbs in our mouth. Nathan, let's do really nice and easy. She hates me. She hates me. So a nice, easy A verb. Off you go. Nathan, you'll go. So I will feed you for the moment, but not after this. Off you go. Present, she hates me.
Elle me déteste.
Elle me déteste with an E acute.
Elle me déteste.
Imperfect.
Elle me détestait.
Lovely. Elle me détestait. Enjoy the transition. Elle me détestait. That's what we're going to hear. The French here, elle me détestait. Lovely future. She will hate me.
Elle me détestera.
Lovely, lovely. Keep your eyes on me rather than visualizing, but lovely, lovely. She would hate me.
Elle me détesterait.
Lovely. Now that is the end of the pure ones, because these other 2 have to be some contrived form in order to get the subjunctive and the infinitive in the second bit. Yeah, but we need something at the beginning to get that. It doesn't have to be these 2 things, but that's what we're going to practice academically. So could you please say for me, it's interesting that she hates me.
Il est intéressant qu'elle...
Kel, you guys, Kurt and Elle have got to join. Yeah.
il est intéressant qu'elle me déteste.
There's no change to make with an a verb, is there? In an er verb, unless it's nous or vous in the subjunctive. Qu'elle me déteste, que je te déteste, que tu te détestes, what do we think? Let's do it. Que je me déteste, que tu te détestes, que tu me détestes, qu'il me déteste, que nous me détestions, que vous me détestiez, qu'il me déteste. There's only going to be the nous and the vous that are going to change. Good. Lovely. After the subjunctive, we've got, what was the one that we practiced with? The number 6 on the top line, Nathan?
Infinitive.
Good. And which word do we start practicing it with on the top line?
Avant de.
Finish it then, do it for me.
Avant de me détester, elle...
Pronunciation. Avant de me détester, yes. Good.
Avant de me...
Straight onto the bottom line, Nathan.
Elle m'avait détesté.
Pause. Run through my word
détesté.
order. Tell me the names of my tenses. It goes prep.
Present was, will, would, subjunctive.
Lovely. And that order is then the order of the auxiliary. So what is the name of the tense with a present? Let me move my other bloody fingers out of the way. What is my name? What is the name of the tense with a bloody present tense in the middle? Passé composé, if you will, but we just think of it as the action past. Don't give it a name. So say for me, she hated me.
You first.
She hated me.
Elle m'a détesté.
And again, cleanly.
Elle m'a détesté.
Good. Carry on. Do the rest along the line.
Elle m'avait détesté.
Good man. Notice the final word is going to be the same every time. Good man. Keep going.
Elle m'aura détesté.
Détesté.
Elle
yeah.
m'aurait détesté.
Yeah.
Elle m'est détesté.
Excuse me, we can't just go straight into that, can we? What do we need to get us going?
Okay. Il est intéressant que elle m'ait
L at
détesté.
your level.
Yeah. Il est intéressant qu'elle m'ait détesté.
Lovely. Bottom line. Number 6.
Après avoir me détesté.
Stand still. We have been over this in an entire session. Don't give me toddler face. You have been there. I saw you. I remember you. Avant de plus infinitive. Après. What's after detesting me?
Oh, right. Après avoir me détesté.
Where's the pronoun going as we did last week? Before the infinitive.
Right. Après m'avoir détesté.
For the 7th time, would you pronounce the word hate properly?
Détesté.
No. Détester, yes, That's it.
Détesté.
Good.
Détesté. D'accord.
Good. Say for me, après m'avoir détesté.
Après m'avoir détesté.
Détester?
Yeah. Après m'avoir détesté.
Détester? We're going back to de again? Is that the pronunciation I've asked for?
Non.
Go on then, get used to it, do it.
Après m'avoir détesté.
No. Do me the first syllable of the word hate. Come on, you can do it. You've done it beautifully.
De.
No. I've told you there's an acute on it. I've also said it for you 3 times.
Yeah. De.
Yeah. Détester, go on.
Après avoir détesté.
Listen to me. Just say de first. Just say de.
De.
Good boy. Say for me l'école.
L'école.
Say for me écouter.
Écouter.
You can do the air beautifully. Say for me détester.
Détester.
I'll admit that de is a big old noise in French. There's a fat lot of de. There's a load of de words, but that's not what it is. One more time, give me détester.
Détester.
Don't let it all go into your throat. Détester.
Détester.
Say détester.
Détester.
That's marvellous. That was nice. Good. So we're going to translate normally. If I think we get to an interesting verb, I'll suddenly go, get down and give me 12. and you'll just do the whole thing, all four of you. Good, Claire. Luke, we need to be familiar with all the tenses. I agree. Luke, we need to be familiar with all the tenses.
Luc, nous devons familier avec tous les temps.
Not bad at all. We
No.
need to, nous devons.
Devons.
Good, so finish with we need to be familiar with all the tenses.
Luc, nous devons être familiers avec tous les temps.
Now, there are two things that you got wrong the second time, but the first time were both perfect. What was the choice of the word familiar? If we're talking us lot, and obviously we're not all female, so what was the pronunciation of the word familiar that you got right the first time?
Familier.
No.
Familier. No.
Because there's no E on it, is there? If we are familiar, yeah, it's like premier. Yeah, it's only première if it's feminine. Dernier, yeah, le dernier métro, le dernier train. Yeah, dernière, feminine, right? So familier, and then what was your pronunciation of the word tenses, which was beautiful the first time?
Temps.
Thank you. So put it together for me. We need to be, well done for choosing devoir for need, for a verb. So we need to be familiar with all the tenses. Go.
En devant.
No, you're fine to switch to en, but you need to change your verb from devant to the he, she form. So we need to be familiar with all the tenses.
Should I stick with new? Or
I don't mind which one you use as long as you conjugate it appropriately.
On doit être familier avec tous les
Pause.
temps.
Breathe and sing for me. On doit être familier avec tous les temps. Breathe and sing. Guys, you can't go in trying to play it safe, all of you, and keep it back in your throat. Wait, on doit. You won't hit a vowel that sounds French. We won't understand you, and you won't evoke your muscle memory. So apart from that, it's a completely good idea. So go more slowly and sing through the vowels. On doit être familier avec tous les temps.
On doit être familier avec tous les temps.
Gorgeous. It also gives you a muscle memory of what you're doing. Lovely. Another one, Claire? I agree with you. I agree with you.
Je suis d'accord avec toi.
Ooh, get down and give me 12. I agree with you. You've done it already, but again, yeah.
Je te suis d'accord.
No. You've given me already. Just I agree with you. Just.
Je suis d'accord avec toi. No?
Nathan, what comes next after present tense?
Past.
No.
No.
Will.
Sorry.
No.
Was.
Oh no, Claire, you were
So-
right. I'm just going one by one. What's my word order? Present, then.
Present was, will,
There's
would.
my man. So we've just had je suis d'accord avec toi. What's going to be next?
J'étais d'accord avec toi.
Good. Do me another one. I will agree with you.
Je serai d'accord avec toi.
Tom, next one in the order. So we've just done present, was, will. What comes next in the order, Tom? I can't hear you, my love.
Sorry. Would.
Good. And if we've just, so what's that one then going to be? Je
serai d'accord avec toi.
It's not going to be anything particularly different, isn't it? Good.
Yes.
What comes next, Tom?
Subjunctive, so je sois.
With the prep.
Il est intéressant que je sois.
Pause. I love you all, but will you all of you stop saying intéressant? It is intéressant, like wine. Yes. Come.
Il est intéressant que je sois d'accord avec toi.
Que je sois d'accord avec toi.
D'accord.
We're on the sixth
D'accord.
rendition of it. Lovely. Off you go. Yes.
Il est intéressant que je sois d'accord avec toi.
That was lovely pronunciation. Go again with no cheeky pauses, and that will be a muscle memory worth holding on to.
Il est intéressant que je sois d'accord avec toi.
Good. Careful in your bid to go to un, that you don't go down too low and go to intéressant. Just be careful. Good. Lovely. Top line. What's next? Tom? So after the subjunctive, we have the what?
Oh, infinitive.
Know what we're practicing it with.
Avant d'être d'accord avec toi.
Avant d'être becomes link.
Avant d'être. What?
Doesn't être. How do we pronounce that?
Avant. Sorry, that's okay. Avant d'être. Avant d'être.
Good. Anybody seriously self-harming, get help. You need a way out. Tom, you're not that person. I want you to slap your own face in a way that will not turn you on and will mark. Say for me before. Off you go. Say for me before agreeing with you.
Avant d'être d'accord.
I don't need a bloody pause.
Avant d'être d'accord avec toi.
Good. Nathan, bottom line. Bottom line. Straight away into it. The baseline sentence was Je suis d'accord avec toi. Go into the bottom line of what we've got to do.
J'étais.
Pause. What do we have on the bottom line that we don't have on the top line? And or
The auxiliary.
great. J'étais has no auxiliary. Sounds similar, but what do I want?
J'ai été en
Lovely.
d'accord.
And so therefore, what was the auxiliary that you've been playing with here? Was it have or be?
Have.
Good, because be is not a be verb. It is in other languages, like Italian, but it isn't in French. Be is not a be verb. Yeah, as have. Lovely. What was the past participle you just beautifully used? J'ai été. So what does that mean? The past participle is going to be all the way along the bottom. Été. So off you go. Tom, you can do the bottom in one go. Nathan, you can do the bottom in one go. So off you go. So j'ai été.
J'ai été en d'accord avec
But
toi.
no, don't stop copying your friend. Don't start copying your friend. D'accord avec toi. We're now on the 8th rendition of this. So d'accord avec toi. Off you go. J'ai été d'accord avec toi. Go.
J'ai été d'accord avec toi.
Good, nice. Now that's nice join. That's very nice accent. Next one. You move along. You tell me where it goes.
J'avais été en.
Lovely. I
J'avais
have been. Lovely. Don't go calling it the pluperfect. Don't go giving it names. That is what it is. J'avais été d'accord avec toi. Lovely.
J'aurais été.
Good man.
J'aurais
Future
été
past,
d'accord
which
avec
sounds
toi.
the same as I would have been, and I would have agreed with it, which would be what?
J'aurais d'accord avec toi.
J'aurais what?
été avec
Thank
toi.
you. Lovely, lovely. Good. Next up will sound identical to normal because the subjunctive form of the verb to have is.
Hey.
Thank you, which sounds like the normal person for je. Were it a tu, it would sound odd. Tu as été, correct? Tu as été subjunctive. But j'ai été d'accord avec toi. Bottom line, number 6 infinitive on the auxiliary. So off you go.
Après avoir été d'accord avec toi.
Great. On we go. So Nathan said to me, Luke, we should do this system as often as possible. No, just say for me, we should do the system all the time. We should do the system all the time.
Luc, on devait
Paul,
faire.
we've done this. We have talked about would, should, and could. If not, go to my channel, type Logic Language Learning space would. We have spoken at length, though, about would, should, and could. Let me remind you, listen in, guys. Would, should, and could. Point number 1. Would is a tense. There are 2 of them. You've just done it. It's number 4 on the top and number 4 on the bottom. Either as would or would have. I would eat, for example, je mangerai, il mangerait, tu mangerais. He would have eaten, il aurait mangé. He would have eaten. So would is going to be number 4 or number 4 on the bottom. Should and could are both modal verbs which involve devoir and pouvoir before you get to your juicy main verb. Here's the difference. Should, like would, will only involve number 4 and number 4. So, for example, what is the slogan, Nathan? What did I tell you was the ending that we're going to stick on all would verbs, apart from the eon and the ea of the rion and the rie of the nu and the vu? What was my slogan? What can I see? I'm in a
ray.
I'm in a wood and I can see a ray of light. Yeah. So, in other words, so what should then be? Let's say I should eat. That should be je.
Je devrais.
Lovely.
Je devrais.
As opposed to devait. So could you just quickly say for me, Nathan, we have to, present tense, nous devons. Good.
Manger.
And notice with the bollock ripping off exercise from the Game of Thrones, if I wanted to generate the was tense of devoir, it would sound similar. What would that be? So swap the balls for the ending, and what would be what would that be?
Je devus.
When we did our exercise a bloody ages ago with finissant becoming finis whatever and conduisant becoming what was the ending that we stuck on the ending in the was?
A.
Thank you. So take nous devons and give me the ball swap. What would that give me? Je
devais.
Is that similar to devrait? Yes. I imagine for the learner of English that spoken and speak sound pretty bloody similar. So good. So in other words, if I'm saying should, I'm either going to four on the top or four on the bottom. So what is I should? Should.
Je devrais.
Good man. And what is I should have, which is number 4 on the bottom, which means with a would have had to. So it's the verb to have in the middle. So what's that going to be?
J'avais dû.
Excuse me, number 4 both times. What is the would have?
J'aurais.
Thank you. And now put the ending on which you very cleverly chose. J'aurais
dû.
Good lad. No one's saying devoir doesn't exist in other tenses, but it doesn't manifest as should. J'ai dû, I had to. J'avais dû, I had to. Yeah? Yeah? So imagine Claire was telling a story. Well, I remember, Luke, Emma is Claire's lovely daughter. She's like, Emma was 4. I'd had to get a sitter because I needed to go to this thing. I had to. J'avais dû. You know, for whatever reason. Good. So would is its own tenses, number 4 and number 4. Should, you just need to use devoir, number 4 and number 4. So devrait or aurait dû, or devrions, aurions dû. Then we get to could. Shout out to Sarah. I've been doing this all bloody week. Could be bloody all over the shop. It could be number 4 past, and both of the past tenses that you use. All of a sudden, I could see the difference. All last week, I could tell there was a problem. Now, the only problem here is that could in English is such a flexible little word. Next week, we could do more of this, or last week, you could tell there was a problem. Are you aware that we're using the same word in English, could, for different tenses? So the trick is to think of where are we in the tense to be able to. So next week, I would be able to. What is that going to be for could, please, Nathan?
J'aurais.
Stand still. We're on the top line. I would be able to. What's the verb to be able to? What's the infinitive? What's the infinitive? What verb is it coming from? You're quite right. It's from
pouvoir.
Good man. And what's the slogan that you've told me we need for the would tense? Everything ends in a what?
The ray.
Good man. So what's I could? Going that way. Je
pourrais.
Great. Hypothetically, what I could have. So in other words, number 4, but on the bottom. So similar to what we just did with should. So what I could have.
J'aurais pu.
Good man. J'aurais pu. Good lad. But with could, we've got even more tenses we could use it in. All through my childhood, ongoing, imperfect. I could see the sea from my bedroom. What is that going to be? What is the was tense version of pouvoir? Also presentable as the word could in English. Je
pourrais.
Stand still. Why would you just give me exactly the same shit again that you've just given me? Stay for me, we can, present tense. Nous
pouvons.
Use your Game of Thrones method and give me the imperfect of that verb. Je
pouvais.
See the difference? They're not the same, are they? What would be action? I could, as in 1, 2, 3.
J'ai pu.
I had. All of those 4 manifest as could in English, don't they? At some point or other, all right? Good. Lovely. Right, so, good. Claire. It's useful to consider how we translate this sentence in English. Claire, it's useful to consider how we translate this sentence in English.
C'est utile de considérer comme
Comment rather than com, but yes, comment, yeah. We translate,
Comment.
nous
traduisons
this sentence.
Cette phrase en français.
Feminine.
Cette phrase en français.
Good. Now put it together. The whole thing. Ouais, il est utile de considérer comment nous traduisons cette phrase en anglais.
C'est utile de considérer comment nous traduisons cette phrase en français.
Good. We could have bypassed and gone. C'est utile de. Il est utile de considérer comment traduire, because you can use an infinitive after a comma. But that one was good. Lovely. One more, Claire. Particularly when it comes to the verb pouvoir. Particularly when it comes to the verb pouvoir.
Particulièrement quand il s'agit. Quand il s'agit.
That's lovely, but I need you to conjugate it. Well done, Claire. Quand il s'agit.
Il s'agit.
De. So, guys, we're saying when it acts upon itself. Quand il s'agit de. Save me. The verb now is. How do you say the verb?
Le verbe.
Do you think it's le verbe or la verbe?
Oh, it's le verbe.
So if it's going to be s'agir de, how are you going to say il s'agit?
We're
getting a bit Italian, and you know, kind of like du verbe, yes?
Du verbe.
Save me, quand il s'agit du verbe.
Du verbe. Quand il s'agit du verbe.
Good. Ooh. Let's do a top 6 and a bottom 6 on il s'agit de. Off you go. What basic bitch verb does s'agit work like? What's the verb to finish, Claire?
Finir.
Lovely. So warm us up. Could you by yourself give me top 6, bottom 6? Don't forget avant de and après something with the verb finir. And let's say she finishes. Just literally no pronouns, just literally she finishes. So off you go.
Elle finit.
Nice. Elle finit. Good. Carry on.
Elle finit. Elle finissait.
There we go.
Finisseur.
What she will finish? Elle finit.
Stand
still. What's the slogan for the present tense? I apologise for the future. It is
wrong.
Lovely. Which one am I going to use for she?
Elle finissera.
Stand still. What's the verb to finish?
Finir.
So
finira.
That's it. For most verbs, not when they're not irregular, the future just involves sticking ron on the bloody end of the infinitive. So what she will finish?
Elle finira.
Now, right now, some of you are using this method as a reach, and some of you at home will be using this method as a reach to try and find the verbs. It's no longer about a reach. It's about which of them your mouth is the most already practiced in. And you've got to be already practiced in all of them. That's why this is a great method. So, elle finira. Carry on, Claire. I want to hear all of them. Elle
finira. Elle finirait.
Lovely.
Elle est intéressante qu'elle.
Elle est what? Elle est intéressante. Intéressant, people. Or it'll be a mandatory £3 coffee edition every single time any one of you says int. Off you go. Il est intéressant.
Il est intéressant qu'elle finisse.
Lovely. Notice, Nathan, that she used the hard of nous finissons, ils finissent, and she made it the subjunctive. Good. So, il est intéressant qu'elle finisse. Lovely. Top line. Keep going.
Après avoir fini.
Top line.
No, top line. Elle a fini.
No.
Avant.
Yes.
Avant de finir.
Thank you. Bottom line.
Elle a fini.
Lovely. Now notice, people, all the way along the bottom line, fini isn't going to go anywhere.
Il était fini.
Stand still. If you've just said elle a fini,
Oh, sorry. Elle a fini. Oui, sorry.
so what's number 2 going to be? Elle a fini, elle...
Elle
In
était
other words,
finie.
Claire Bear, if we've said elle a fini, are we fucking around with have in the middle, be in the middle?
Oh, have. Oh, elle avait fini. Sorry.
Your
avait
brain
fini.
is just thinking of cleverer things like serait, parti, and all this shit. But if it's a have verb, it's a have verb. Off you go. Elle a fini. Next one. Elle.
Elle a fini. Elle avait fini.
Keep going.
Elle aura fini. Elle aurait fini.
That's it. Look at her fly through that. Because guys, those first 4 were actually really easy. I don't mean it wasn't impressive what Claire did, but I mean they're only ever going to be a, avait, aura, aurait, or a, était, sera, serait, or the new forms. Lovely. Lovely. Next one, Claire.
Il est intéressant qu'elle ait fini.
Lovely. Lovely. Next one.
Après avoir.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, that's good.
après avoir fini.
It's just my happy face and my resting bitch face is so similar. Good. Lovely. Brilliant. All right. Lovely. Tom, let's pretend we found a reason to use an infinitive. So let's say she tried to translate the sentence without having finished the homework. She tried to translate the sentence without having finished the homework.
Elle a essayé de traduire la phrase sans ayant fini
Pause. What tense comes after sans? Always. Infinitive.
Okay, sans avoir fini.
There we go.
Okay.
So if you watch the video on infinitives, Logic Language Learning Space Infinitive, I say one of our usages, so say Nathan has just gone, right, I resent, Nathan, oh damn, I got that one wrong, I'm cross with myself, je m'en veux. And Nathan has just gone, je m'en veux, je m'en voulais, je m'en voudrais, je m'en voudrais, il est intéressant que je m'en veuille, subjunctive vouloir. Avant de m'en vouloir, je m'en suis voulu, je m'en étais voulu, que c'est reflexive, je m'en serais voulu, je m'en serais voulu, il est intéressant que je m'en sois voulu. Après m'en être voulu, let's just suppose he wanted to say, you know, it would have been really lovely if he could have gone all through that period without having resented himself, alors without me resenting myself, sans m'en être voulu. I mean, you can use these things, it's not like they don't exist. I'm sad I resented myself, or I was cross with myself, because it turns out it wasn't me that broke the vase. Je suis dégoûté de m'en être voulu. We use this stuff all the bloody time. Good. Nathan, say to me, we should use this system more often. We should use this system more often.
Nous pourrions utiliser...
Stand still. We should. I believe I told you about the word should earlier.
Right. Nous devrions utiliser ce système plus souvent.
Good, lovely accent. System is masculine because it's from the Greek. So anything like problème, système, thème, theme. Good. Lovely. Give me, we should use the system more often if we hypothetically were using the word en for we. We should use the system more often.
On devrait utiliser ce système plus souvent.
Lovely. Nice balance of vibration here and vibration here. Good. Lovely. Claire, sometimes certain exercises are too academic, but we make use of all these tenses. The verb to make use of, any idea, Claire Ben?
Se utilise.
Se
Utiliser.
servir de. Se servir de plus shit. So sometimes certain exercises are too academic, but we make use of all of these tenses. Sometimes certain exercises are too academic, but we make use of all these tenses.
Can you just repeat that? Sorry, my brain's not. I can't retain all those words.
Sometimes we make use of all these. So sometimes certain exercises are too academic.
Quelquefois, certains exercices sont très académiques.
Lovely, too academic.
Trop académique.
Lovely, okay. But we make use of, now the infinitive was se servir de. We make use of all these tenses.
On se sert de...
Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. All I'd remind you guys is on se sert de. Se sert de, because the verb servir. So on se sert. Remind me, Tom, in 1 second. On se sert de. All these tenses.
On se sert de...
Answer what? Answer what?
On se sert de...
I've just corrected you on the bloody pronunciation.
Sert. On se sert.
Of all these tenses.
De tous les temps.
Good. Tom, conjugate to serve. Je down as far as they. Up you go. Pause, Tom. Servir. Is it an A verb or a soft hard verb?
It's a soft hard verb.
There's no way in a million years. I mean, there's no way in a million years it can be A, apart from a rule form, obviously. So off you go. So I serve, you serve, he serves. Off you go. You can all serve me. Off you go.
Je sais, tu sais.
Pause. Pause.
Je sais.
Yes, one deaf bitch is bad enough, but I don't need 4 of you. Off you go. Je sais.
Je sais, tu sais, il sait.
That's
nous
lovely,
savons.
and you have a nice face, but I do not need to see it contorting. Look, ouais, je sers. Tom, t'as soif, je te sers. I'll give you something to drink. Ouais, je vais te servir du vin. Ouais, je te sers. I don't need sers. Nice teeth, nice mouth, but we don't need to see it. Ouais, je sers. Keep it small. Je sers.
Je sais, tu sais, il
Let me
sait.
tell you what's happening when you guys do that. It shows me that there's no, and I can tell by the bloody microphone, there's no forward projection through the chest. This means you feel the need to do this to speak. Secondly, it means in France we cannot understand you, particularly over background noise. And thirdly, it means you do not get a linear joined concept of the work, because you're not getting a muscle memory embodiment of the work. So if you want to have shit listening, a shit accent, no one understands you and not remember the grammar, by all means go ahead. Or you could do one change, make one change, and all of those things would reverse, which is to close your mouth and blow through the chest. Oui, alors je sers, tu sers, off you go. So give me all 6 again, and I want to hear vibration.
Je sais, tu sais, il
Excuse
sait.
me, we've gone back to sir. If I wanted you to call me sir, I would make you do it in private. What happens in Besançon stays in Besançon.
Je sais, tu sais.
No, not sir.
C'est.
Thank you. But we don't need to go sers to get it out. Je sers.
Je sais, je sais, je sais, tu sais, il sait, c'est, nous savons, il savait.
Vous servez, vous servez.
Vous savez.
Servez ou servez?
Savez. Vous savez, il sait.
They, il.
Il sait. I'm trying to make it
I know what you're trying to do. Is it soft or hard?
hard.
Great. Servant and servez. You'll notice, ladies, that we often remember the hard quite easily because you've got the on and the a pulling us through. If you had servant and you removed the on, what would you be left with?
Dev.
Great. Why is that useful to know? Because, guys, that also gives us the subjunctive. Yeah? Lovely. Great. Nathan, I make use of it. We just heard se servir de. What is I make use of it?
Je m'en sers.
Well done. As per last week, what we talk about for Roscoe's benefit to go over it again, a red phrase is one which effectively uses de around that verb. A green is one that has nothing, and a blue is one that uses a. And then you just stick to your reds. Does is all the dons, the sedons, the ons. Green is just que, ce que, le, la, le, whatever. A is all your a. Auntie Lukey's 5-point star, remember that? A qui, au qui, putain de merde, Rasmodic. A qui, à laquelle, auquel. Lovely. So say for me, I make most of it. No, that would be j'en profite. I'm making use of it. Je
m'en sers.
Great. Welcome to My Name is Nathan. Give me 12. Je m'en sers. No, let's make it tu t'en sers just to make it a little bit more interesting. Tu t'en sers. Give me your 12.
Tu
So
t'en
you make the most of it. Off you go. No.
Tu t'en sers.
You make use of it. You make use of it. Tu t'en sers. Keep going.
Right. Tu t'en serves. Tu t'en servais.
But what's the first one? What's the first one? Tu t'en
serves. Tu t'en serves.
I heard it quite nicely, but it isn't any better. What's that ear? What are you trying to tell me? They what? They're being dumb bitches and they're not using soft and hard. Oh, well, ear says that you're not listening to soft and hard.
Oh. Right.
It's almost as if I asked Tom to go through it on purpose. Why? But just 10 seconds ago when I was young, vivacious and full of life and hope. Oh, it was 10 seconds ago. Tom, would you just remind me, please? And would you give me je sais all the way through?
Je sais, tu sais, il
Good,
sait.
good, I'm bored. Nathan, you picked it up? Soft, hard verbs.
Tu t'en sais.
Right. What verb is Tom conjugating when he says je sers? What verb is he conjugating? What verb is ser, the short form of?
Servir.
Good man. If I've then got son servir, admittedly I've got a bit of a reflexive and I've got some kind of it shit in there to play with. That bit you've acquitted yourself beautifully. So je m'en isn't going to change. All I need to do is deal with the present tense of said verb, which you've just heard. So what's the present tense? Je m'en.
Je m'en sers.
Say it again.
Je m'en sers.
Good. Not je m'en serve. Correct? All right. Good. What's the next one?
Tu t'en sers.
No. We're not going down
Yeah.
the 6. We're going on the same person through the tense. But can we just go again from tu t'en sers? Let's start with tu t'en sers. Yeah, so let's start tu t'en sers and then work through all the 12 on the tu. One, off you go. So tu, and again from the top.
Tu t'en sers.
Good. Tu t'en
Tu t'en
sers.
sers.
Lovely. Carry on.
Tu t'en sers. Tu t'en servais.
Good man.
Tu t'en serviras.
Good man.
Tu t'en servirais.
Good man.
Il est intéressant que tu serves.
Excuse me,
tu t'en
why have we lost the pronouns? But yes on the verb, good lad, but we've lost the pronouns. Il est intéressant que tu...
Il est intéressant que tu t'en serves.
That's it.
Avant de t'en servir.
Good lad, well done, fully understood, bottom line. Excuse me, what didn't we not learn from last week? If there are pronoun or pronouns in a verb, they're not going to go anywhere, are they?
Tu t'en es servi.
Lovely
Servi.
choice of etre.
servi.
Tu t'en es. Lovely choice of etre. Well done you. Good man. What is the past tense of servir? Tu t'en es
Servi.
Lovely. Carry on.
Tu t'en es servi. Tu t'en étais servi.
Good. It gets boring now. Keep going.
Tu t'en seras servi.
Good.
Tu t'en
Careful there that we
servi.
say sera, not sera. I know you've previously today been reminded, all of you, to say servir, but the pronunciation of the verb to be in the future, or the would, is not sera. Yeah, that would be squeeze. Yeah, sera. Okay, so tu t'en seras servi. Next one, tu t'en.
Tu t'en serais servi.
Hmm?
Il est intéressant Il est intéressant que tu t'en sois servi.
Now we're getting somewhere with logic language learning. On to the last one.
Après t'en être servi.
That's it. There ain't no shit French can throw at you. There's no other tenses that you would need. I mean, fine, that's example, but that's not something you need to create. Good. Lovely. Claire, I gave him a system. He made the most of it. You're going to take one of the tenses he's just done. I gave him a system. He made the most of it.
Je me donne un système.
I gave him. In the sentence, I gave him a system. Did I give Nathan to someone else?
Je lui donne un
I
système.
gave.
Je l'ai donné.
Stand still. Tense-wise, I gave. What's I gave? As an action.
Passé composé.
Gorgeous, but we don't think about it as that. We think action, present tense in the middle. So okay, I gave.
J'ai donné.
Now, having established it, I am not giving Nathan to anybody. I would keep him for myself. I'm giving something to him.
The class, if it goes funny, the microphone's going to pick up the car.
Oh, that's fine. Claire raids banks on a Monday. So, you know, she has to like drive a long way to be in Australia. She has to drive out of state as well so that they don't pick up the plates. She's on stolen car and borrowed plates. So it just gets a little bit naughty, but she can still do it for me. So say for me, I gave him the system. We've lost Claire to crime. Nathan, no, Tom, I gave him the system.
J'ai lui donné la...
No, excuse me, fuck you. What did we learn last week? If we look at our top line and we had a pronoun, look at the top line. Now you guys know the top line. Pronoun before verbs except before the infinitive. Is there an infinitive on the top line? Just the last one. So je lui donne, je lui donnais, je lui donnerai avant de lui donner. The pronoun is not going to go anywhere else. Lovely. Bottom line. Only one with the auxiliary. Infinitive. Je lui ai, je lui avais, je lui aurais. You've just heard je m'en, tu t'en. Pronouns are to be dealt with first. All right? So say for me, I gave him the system.
Je lui ai donné le système.
Masculine, I told you a moment ago what system would be. Je lui ai donné le système. And again?
Je lui ai donné le système. Je lui ai donné le système.
Where's my auxiliary?
Je lui ai donné le système.
Lovely. Now hide your lovely mouth. I don't need to see it. Je lui ai donné le système.
Je lui ai donné le système.
Lovely. Now be a lazy casual fuck. Ouais, alors je lui ai donné le système.
Je lui ai donné le système.
Thank you. He made use of it using the verb that we've just played with. He made use of it.
Ils sont en effet. Oh no, sorry.
Don't say sorry. You haven't made a mistake when you said ils sont. You've gotten as far as ils sont. Off you go.
Ils sont et se.
Ils sont a, and what's the past? The last point.
Servi. Ils sont et servi.
Lovely. If you fuck up, quickly run through the 5. Ils sont et servi, ils sont été servi, ils sont sera servi, ils sont sera servi, whatever. Okay, great. Nathan, the system he made use of was efficient. The system he made use of was efficient. I know we're talking about you in the third person. Just pretend you're Kanye West. So say to me, the system he made use of was efficient.
Le système dont ils sont...
We did well with Dom. Can I use an it if I've already spoken about the system in full?
No.
Only verbs you get to do things like that in would be j'en ai marre de and then the thing. The only one I can think of at the top of my head where you've got an on and the de. So say to me, the system he made use of, le système
dont ils se servent, Il se sert.
Made use of.
Il se servait.
He made use of action.
Il s'est servi.
Good. So practice it in the mouth. Go on.
Le système dont il s'est servi.
Joined up. Dont il s'est servi.
Dont il s'est servi.
Great. Lovely. Aren't we having fun doing things properly, bitches? So, repeat for yourself through homework. A, subjunctive. Want, need, doubt, fear, impersonal, emotional. Don't forget that. Okay, not exhaustively correct all the time. No, it is, but I mean, there's nuances to do that, but that'll do. Next thing. Our whole present was, will, would, subjunctive, infinitive. Present was, will, would, subjunctive, infinitive on the auxiliary is also incredibly, like, that shit ain't going anywhere. That shit ain't going anywhere. You should be up to doing that with pronouns. You should be up to doing that on the back of relative pronouns. So if you want the videos that pertain to that, the games videos, just give me 1 second, I will find them. And when I stick this online, I will give you that link. Let me see if I can find it. I did this with a kid who's an ungrateful little shit called Ian, who I literally taught from. He was so bad, and then he then went and did a video. It's not that he didn't have potential, but he literally hadn't acquired anything. He couldn't even do the difference between je mange and je mange. I categorically remember teaching him those two things. And then he did a video when I bust a gut and got him somewhere over like a year plus. And he did a video basically talking about how he learned French. And I was option number 13. He was like, oh, and if I could have started with this guy from the beginning, I'd have done this. I was like, you virtually did, mate. I was so angry, I cannot tell you. Absolutely incandescent with rage. The ungrateful little shit. Right, where are we? I mean, literally, when the kid had no cash because of college, I'd held fire on charging him. And then he did all this thing, but oh, I did this app, I did this app, I did this app. You just want some shit to talk about. He didn't even have tenses in order. He didn't have a fucking dicking thing in order. He didn't have the accent, he didn't have the twang, he had nothing. I was so pissed off. I considered him an ungrateful little shit. And then he sent me some message, and I'm like, I don't care, because the fact is you wouldn't have said it if you'd have even had an ounce of decency. So where are we going? I need to be able to type this. That's fine for you guys, but when I put the video up, I will have to remember to stick that up in the thing. Right, so if you are watching this video, I have a Kofi link underneath. By the time it goes up, you are very welcome to pay me. Kofi, K-O-F-I, will allow you to pay in increments of £3. But, well, my standard coffee in London is £3.95. So you don't have to have it as £3. If you've enjoyed an hour and 20 minutes of free world-class French tuition, maybe you think that's more than £3. So, yeah, I look forward to that. And those of you that have been in the class, you know to pay. That's no problem. That's no problem. I will randomly, I cannot tell you how definite this is. It is just so totally definite. I will randomly just go, guys, yeah, good. All of you need to stop doing that face where you absolutely protest that you've not done something. Like, really, it does not wash with Auntie Lukey. When we've spoken and gone through je m'en serai, and then people go, what do you mean the verb order, Luke? I have no idea. Right, good. Make sure we're up on those two things for next time, and I will see you soon. Well done, lads. Good job, good job, good job.
Thanks. Good night.
Thanks.